Here is the steps handout for putting documents as sources in Family Search Family Tree. There are specific step-by-step directions along with pictures that show you what you should see on the screen when you follow the steps correctly. Welcome. This Family Tree video class is going to show how to put documents as sources in Family Search Family Tree. We're going to locate documents outside of the Family Search databases, places like other websites, whether they're free or subscription, or documents found in the homes of family members, and how to put those into the details page of one of our ancestors in Family Tree. This is extremely important because these documents support the information that we put in the tree. The design of this class follows a model with steps, do with steps approach. There's two parts. First, the instructor models how to do the task by following specific steps that are in the guide. Then, we pause the video and have you put in the document that you brought for your ancestor in Family Tree by following the same steps. That's the hands-on practical part of the class. The Family Tree Steps with Pictures guide, it's the handout you have, is an essential part of learning how to do this task in Family Tree. You should have a copy of that guide in front of you. You'll notice that it has directions interspersed with pictures that show you what you should see on the screen when you follow the directions correctly. In preparation for this class, you should set up a Family Search account and have with you a digital image of the document that you want to attach to one of your ancestors in the tree. Let the teacher know if you're missing any of these items. Now, if you'll place the guide on the keyboard in front of you, that way you can follow the steps in the guide and at the same time see the screen where I am modeling how to do the task. You won't need to use the keyboard until the hands-on part of the class. From time to time as we go through the task, I'm going to ask you where we are in the guide to locate what step we're on. That's so that you become familiar with the guide, because that's what you're going to use when you leave the class to repeat the activity. I think it's time to get started, so let's go into my tree. You can tell that I'm signed in because my name appears in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I have chosen to attach a family Bible page of marriages to my great-grandfather Howard Joseph Smith. He was born in Nova Scotia. So I'm going to take you to the guide and you'll see that I have almost finished number 1 and I'm ready to click on his name. And when I do, a summary card appears. Since we're going to be attaching a new source, I want to go to the sources section, and here is a link that takes you down to the sources section of his page. Okay, it didn't quite make it all the way down. That's okay. We'll show you what the top of his details page looks like. Has his name and some birth and death information. We scroll down through the family, his personal information, and then through the family information till we get to the sources. Since we're going to create a new source, we're going to go and click on that link. It takes us to a Create a Source window, and there are 4 fields. We're going to start by filling in the first one, which is the source title. That is where we put the who, what, where, and when of the document. So I'm going to put the last name first, and then given names. And then what is it? It's a family Bible, and it's specifically marriages. And Howard and his bride Mary were married in Brooklyn, New York, and that is indicated in the Bible page, so I'm going to put that here. And they were married in the year 1871. So that's what I have chosen to put in to identify this particular record, this particular source. I'm going to skip this section for now, and we'll do that at the end. I'm going to come down to where is the record found, and it's in my possession, but I want to specify who I am because sometimes information gets changed in the tree. So I'm going to indicate who I am. This is where the description of the record is entered. What you enter is up to you. I'm not going to fill it in right now, but what I would put there would be things like it gives the marriage date and place for Howard and Mary, as well as the marriage dates and places of some of their children. I'm going to go up here to the most important box, and this is how we actually attach the image, is going to this field. I'm going to place a circle in the add a memory. So right now, where am I? Let's see. What do I have on the screen here? Okay, I'm seeing this box. So what item is that on the handout, on the guide? Yeah, that's number 5. We're ready to click that. So this is where we get to actually attach the image. This is attach a source window. A couple of items to consider here. One of them is this describes the formats and the size of the files that are accepted. This gives you another alternative for bringing a document into this. We're not going to do drag and drop this time. That's modeled in another guide, which is called Putting Photos and Documents as Memories in Family Search Family Tree. But we're going to use the green box with the white plus sign. And so what step are we on in the guide? Where are we? Okay, yeah, we're on number 7. Click the green square in the attach to source window. That's where we are. By the way, number 6 is just an informational item. It's not a step. It's just how you can get a digital copy of a document to use in this process. So I'm going to click on this box, and when you click on it, what comes up, oh, let's turn the page over because we're ready for number 8. Okay. In number 8, you see an example of a file that is used for the handout. But here my example is in the screen. I could have my image, my document file on the computer. In my particular case, I have it in a flash drive and then in a folder. So this is where it's located. This is the document that has the marriages. So I'm going to double click on that, and you see it indicates that I'm uploading something. Okay, that's good. And when it's completed, it says completed. You notice that don't worry that the picture is not here. It'll come in later on. Okay, it's all right. So what number am I on now? I see a number 9. I have the completed box, but number 10 tells me I should put a dot in the small circle. Oh, what happened over here? When I did that, this turned bright blue. That means it's active. And that's what we want to do. We want to attach the source right to Howard. So we're going to go ahead and click attach. We return to the create a source window. Now in the create a source page, you see a thumbnail of the actual Bible page. Really important here to scroll down till you see the save button, because if you don't click that, you don't get your record. So we'll go ahead and click on. You see there's a reason to attach field. I put in there the type of record that I have and the important information that it contributes. I'm going to leave it this add to my source box, which is a place where you can keep your images. I'm going to keep it checked because there are other couples in this page that I would want to attach the record to. Okay, but for now, we're just attaching it to Howard Joseph Smith. It's in the process of attaching now. Okay, it's going to come up with his details page again. We scroll down to the sources, and here is our Bible page that we just put in. If I click on the blue link, it gives me the information that I put in, the citation, who has it, whatever, and the actual image. If I want to edit that information, I can click edit. If I, for some reason, attached it to some wrong person, I can detach it. All of those can be done here. If I just want to see the document directly, I click on the icon. This is kind of a photo icon. And it opens up the image in the Family Search Viewer window. This is the power of putting the document images in your tree. Anyone that goes into the tree can click on this source and see what it says, and so it's clear what the information is. Okay, we're going to turn off the video now. You have already signed into Family Search Family Tree. You can turn on your monitor and begin the process of following these steps in the guide for yourself. Now that you've had a chance to see this task modeled by the instructor and to practice it for yourself by following the handout steps, we want to let you know how you can obtain copies of the handout for yourself. You go online to FamilySearch.org, click on the Search tab, and down in the menu that appears, click on Wiki. Family Search Wiki is a community-submitted online family history encyclopedia. When you click on that, it takes you to the Wiki homepage. There you'll see a field, and in that field, go ahead and type the title of the class or the handout. When it comes up, go ahead and select it, and it will take you to a list, and there you'll want to select the proper class again. In the page that appears, you'll see that there's a copy of the handout, and as you scroll down, at the bottom of the handout you'll see a blue link that says to view and print the above handout, and you'll click on that and be able to print your handout. We wish you much success in your work in Family Search Family Tree. Thanks for joining us.